Hey, I'm Todd Heilman. This is my wife, Carrie. We're with Rekindled Hearts Ministries, and I want to take just a few minutes to share with you about the Marriage on the Rock retreat coming up. We have been in ministry for 27 years, well, actually 35 years, but 27 years in Rekindled Hearts Ministries, and we started out as basically a one-on-one counseling ministry, and for about 10 years we did one-on-one counseling. And at one point, after about 10 years, I had a couple that I was working with. I'd worked with the wife and I'd worked with the husband. And the wife and the husband came together one night and said, "Is there any way you could do marriage counseling with us?" And I said, "Absolutely not. I do not do marriage counseling. I only do one-on-one counseling." So after they said that, after they left, I went to Carrie and I said, "Carrie," I said, there is you would not believe what these guys did. They came to me and they asked me if we'd do marriage counseling. And I said, "Absolutely not."
Well, I told him, you know what, I think we've been so privileged to sit under so many godly people over the years. I mean, we were in a ministry that was family-oriented, where they brought in special speakers to minister to us and to also just build up our marriages where they were healthy and strong. And I think Todd and I, we didn't just consume all this information just to have it be head knowledge, but what we did was we applied God's Word and His principles into our own marriage, and so we were able to experience love, joy, peace, and freedom that comes with it. And so I told Todd basically that, you know, I think God would want us to share with those who are interested in improving their marriage, and I think they would really like to do the same that we did.
Yeah, so we basically, that was our first couple that we worked with, and for basically the next 17 years, we've done probably more marriage counseling than we have one-on-one counseling. So about 5 years ago, a pastor came to me and said, "Is there any way you could take the information that you use in your marriage counseling and put it into a seminar-type format where we could do a retreat?" And I said, "Well, that'd be great. We'd love to do that. How many sessions would we do?" And he said, "We'd do 5 sessions. So then we had to start praying through, what are we going to do for those 5 sessions? So to kind of give you an overview of what we do on this weekend retreat, the first thing that we deal with is love, agape love, 1 Corinthians chapter 13 love, and how does that apply to marriage? The second thing, one of the things that we've seen over and over again in marriage counseling is that the people just don't know how to communicate. So our second session concentrates on communication and how to communicate. Men communicate different than women communicate, and it's learning how to adapt to that and work within those parameters. So the second thing is communication. The third thing that we do is the needs of wife. Now there's so many aspects to that, but I'm not even going to begin to go into that. Women are very complicated, and if men can understand from a biblical perspective and from a practical perspective what their wives are like, and then work within those parameters, it makes our marriage better. And then the fourth session is the needs of a husband. And men are a lot more simple. We're a lot more easy to understand, but there are just a few basic things. But a lot of times women are trying to meet our needs according to the way they want their needs met, as opposed to meeting them the way that the husband wants the needs to be met. So basically, we those are the first 4, and then we had one more session, and we were like, what are we going to talk about? What are we going to take on? And it was determined that what we would do is talk about the most intimate part of our marriage. And Carrie and I both were like, I'm not sure we want to do this. But we kept asking people over and over in counseling and in different situations, have you ever had the talk? Have you ever had somebody sit down with you, a parent, a pastor, somebody, and take you through and explain to you what the most intimate part of our relationship is and how it works and so on and so forth? And we found that a very small percentage of people have ever had the talk. So our final session is the talk, and we're going to talk about that intimate part of our relationship. So I just encourage you to come out. We've done literally just scads of these retreats, and we've seen God save marriages and put marriages back together and do great things and improve marriages. And so we just encourage you to come out and be a part of it. Whether your marriage is good, whether you're young, whether you're old, it really doesn't matter. Just come and see what God can do in your life.